Hey guys, welcome back. Had to go live a little earlier today than normal. Got a lot of things to do today. So once people start trickling in, I think what we'll do per what we did last Saturday, I believe. We're going to go over the bats. If you want to see some of the pitching, we have that in the article. You can click the link down below. We had one person win the home run contest, and that was yesterday's home run contest. So congratulations for picking Paul Goldschmidt in the first inning. How to win, be a subscriber, hit the bell notification. And then what you do is comment on the video, not in this live chat, but comment in the video who you think is going to hit a home run and in what inning, and post the time that you put the comment up, and you'll be entered. The reasoning for that is the other day we had like 6 people with the same person, and it's kind of just first come, first serve, kind of give a little motivation to hit the bell notification and get here in time. So like I said, just going to go over today's weather. We didn't have any problems yesterday. There were a lot of problems that were avoided. 7 games pretty much missed everything. The Yankees did having a rain-shortened game. They were up 2, I believe, and I think it was the 7th inning, and then the game shorted. So, Colton, wait until the video goes live, and then post it down below in the comment section, not in this chat. But so, like I said, what we're going to do is maybe we're going to do this every weekend or every Saturday, Sunday, or whenever we go live on the weekends. I'm going to go over the bats in each position more so than the pitching. So that was good last weekend. So I kind of want to do that again and just kind of go with it. So if you do it while you're live in here, if you have any questions, I'm going to go through some of the bats. I'm going to go through each position and then ask your question, and I'll try to answer it from there. So kind of looking at the weather just to start off, the Blue Jays at the Yankees, they're starting early today, 1 p.m., 34 to 45% chance, and the rain chances just go up as the day goes on. It's kind of an ugly day. Wind's blowing out to left center. And it's Severino, and I really liked him, even though he struggled lately. Looking into this, this game should be played. The rain is what's concerning me, though. Mets at the Phillies, another one that rain is concerning me. Pretty much right around the 40% chance of rain mark all day. It does drop down. They are playing 4 p.m. Eastern, so 3 Central. They should get this game in. The pitching might be what you're looking at too. Even though it's DeGrom, you might look at the pitching here. I think they should be good, though. Cubs at the Pirates. I could see this getting started as a delay. There's a chance of lightning and thunderstorms straight at the beginning. I think what you want to do, this game's going to get played, but I would not be surprised if it starts, if it's delayed start. But other than that, once the first hour of the game goes, the rain just goes down. So should be good there. Pretty much the same thing. Colorado with the Braves, 50 to 60% chance of rain and thunderstorms a couple hours before the game, 52% at the start of the game, and then it just goes down. So this could be another delayed start. Possibility, same thing, Tampa Bay at the Red Sox, just rain all afternoon, and it clears off right around game time. It might be a little bit into the game, so they could just kind of keep the tarp on and delay it, but should be good here. And that's it, guys. So another one to look at, the Angels at the Rangers. It's going to be 100 degrees, even at 10 p.m. It's going to be hot, humid. The ball's going to fly out of there. Absolutely love that. That's what you're looking for. You're looking for those hot, humid games. That's where the ball will fly out. So, James, once the video goes posted to YouTube and then the comment section happens, not this chat, then comment who's going to hit a home run, the inning, and the time you put the comment in. So that is a new thing. It's first come, first serve. If 10 people have the same player, if 10 people have Harper today, it's whoever says it first with their timestamp on there. So Yeah, so let's look at catchers. So this is what we did last week. I believe it was last Saturday, and a lot of people liked it. So we're going to do it again. So just kind of looking catchers that pop out at you, who you might want to look at. You could be looking at, depending on who starts, Higashioka or Romine for the Yankees against Sean Reed Foley. Very cheap options on both of those. Other ones that pop out, Jonathan Lucroy against Keuchel's 4 for 11 with a double. That's a 364. So you could be looking at somewhere in that vicinity. Evan Gattis against Trevor Cahill. He's 1 for 3. That one hit was a home run, whether or not that's been anything. Wilson Ramos is freshly back from the DL. There is a rain possibility. He is going up against DeGrom. That's the one thing that scares me. Against DeGrom, he's 3 for 17 with the home run. Thing is, that's a 176 batting average. I don't like that much. Just kind of going over. Wieters is 0 for 1 against Wei-Yin Chen, but he's a switch hitter, and Chen can get lit up at some points in his career. So you could be looking at a very cheap option there. It doesn't really stick out a lot just because there's no real history behind it. Looking at JT Realmuto versus Tommy Malone, 2 for 3, 2 doubles, 1 run. Let's see. Yeah, so let's see. Cervelli against Chatwood, 2 for 7. Not much going on there. Luckily on FanDuel, you can kind of just punt the catching position, and you can go first base if you need. Salvador Perez is, he's going against Dylan Covey, guaranteed rate field, stupid name for a field. Anyway, he's 5 for 15 with 2 doubles. He's an on-base machine lately. I really like Salvador Perez. He's probably my top pull for catching. Buster Posey against Matt Harvey's 5 for 8 with 2 doubles and a home run. So, and he's super cheap. I don't know about his price right now, but he's been under $3K a lot. Molina's 3 for 8 against Wade Miley with a home run. Chirinos against Andrew Haney, 4 for 4 with 2 home runs. So Chirinos makes a good option as well. Yeah, so if I were to go, it would probably be Perez, Posey, Chirinos. Perez and Posey for cash, Chirinos for GPP if you are going that way. So, so that's catching. Let's look at first base. So, Colton, do you use 4-3-1 stat? What do you mean 4-3-1? Elaborate a little bit more before I jump into the first base. And I thank everyone who tunes in every weekend. It's really awesome that you guys do that, whether or not you're brand new or you're a subscriber. We've had subscribers for 4 years. We've had a lot of things. I want to thank everyone who always tries to make it in live. GPP is a tournament. So I get cash. When I say cash, I guess the best cash to play would be 50-50s because, it's basically a head-to-head in the sense that head-to-head is super hard. There's so much variance in it that you could lose by 1 point. But if you're in a 50-50, you're getting the same amount of money back depending on what your the buy-in is, but you only have to make the top 50%, which it's a lot easier to cash in that. It's slower, yes, but it will build up. GPP would be going with, probably a single entry. And I know single entries, you're not going to have as big a prize pool as multi-entry GPPs tournaments, but you want to go the best way to go single entry because a lot of people who watch these kind of videos and our subscribers aren't huge bankrollers, so they're not throwing in thousands of dollars. in some of the big tournaments, there are people throwing in hundreds of thousands of dollars a night. 4 guys from one team, 3 from another. Not necessarily. If I say stack, I'm looking at like, let's say we're stacking the Yankees. You kind of want to stack pretty much the top 4 or 5 guys in that lineup. You want to go top half of that lineup and then whittle it down to, I know on FanDuel you can do 4, on DraftKings you can do 5. So what I would say, when I say stack, I don't mean like stack. I mean, there might be a game where, let's stack the Yankees and the Red Sox if you can, and then pitching of, just random person. But when you stack, it really means, 2, 3, 4 of those guys, but make sure they're in the top half of the lineup, because that means they're pretty much guaranteed to get 4 at-bats at least. Or if you could find a guy who's at the bottom of a lineup, batting 9th, maybe he's super cheap and you can kind of go with it that way, but it's not as profitable as stacking up at the top, just because they're going to get more at-bats in that game technically. I like the quarter entry tournaments. But yes, I do like the inexperience is where you're going to get some as well, especially on Drafters. If you guys haven't tried drafters.com, I can send you a link to sign up. It's, I believe when you sign up, you get $10 free, and it's a snake draft. So nobody can have the same player. A lot of people in there, there's no sharks over there right now. A lot of people get in there and they really don't know what they're doing, and you can't have the same player. So in actuality, there's no salary. It's just like your normal draft, where like fantasy football, your snake draft. So let's say it's you and me drafting, and you have the first pick, and you go. The strategy would be not to go pitcher first, because you're going to get a good pitcher. But you in actuality, you can have Mike Trout, and then I can get Aaron Judge and Arenado, and then it goes back to you for 2 picks, and back to me, and you and you and me, and blah 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 blah, all back and forth. It's super easy, and we've cashed a ton of money over there. There's a lot of inexperience there. I'm super excited for football. I cannot wait to start playing football. On a note, asking about stacking. Football stacking would be like taking your, let's say taking your quarterback, 1 running back, and your star receiver. Maybe a defense, depending on what the defense is. But stacking's a little bit different in different sports. It's not really profitable to stack in NBA, really. You can go LeBron James, and then you don't want the entire Lakers staff, because that's literally the individual sport where they will score more, if that makes sense. All right, so let's look at first baseman real quick. Justin Smoke against Severino, 7 for 18 with the double and 2 home runs. So you can be looking at him. He's got really good numbers against Severino. Looking at other ones, Justin Bour against DeGrom, he's 8 for 21 with a double and 2 home runs. That's a 381. I really like that. Mark Reynolds, well, it depends. I guess Ryan Zimmerman pretty much has been on fire lately. Against Chen, 5 for 16 with 2 doubles and two runs scored. Mark Reynolds, another first baseman, 5 for 12 with a double and 3 home runs. Reynolds makes a good option. I think you could even stack both Reynolds and Zimmerman in the same lineup, depending. So, and I apologize if you can hear my dogs. They're being loud and annoying. Well, one's being annoying right now. Other first baseman, maybe Rizzo against Musgrove, but he hasn't really done much lately. CJ Cron against David Price, 6 for 21 with 3 doubles. I mean, Freddie Freeman against Antonio Sensatella, he's 0 for 1. Hasn't faced him, obviously, much. Could change a little bit there. Brandon Belt against Harvey's 3 for 10 with 2 home runs. So technically batting 300, but he hasn't seen them a lot. Anyone else that pops out here? Pujols against Martin Perez. He's 8 for 25. No home runs, but like I said, the weather in this game is super, super humid. The ball can fly out of Globe Life Park. James, yeah, so you can play Reynolds on either of. You could play Reynolds and Zimmerman on FanDuel. If you don't go a catcher, you can go both. You can go one as first baseman. You can go one as your utility. I don't think Reynolds is a third baseman on FanDuel, but they have changed in the past. Clayton Richard, I mean, Paul Goldschmidt might be 12 for 32, 4 doubles and a home run. He's up there. It's a gold mine, pardon the pun, but it's a gold mine at first baseman tonight where Goldschmidt is there. So those are the first basemen. And what I'm going to do is after we go through all of them, I'll show you the list. I'll talk about the list of players that I have in each position. I was thinking about putting this on our article as well, but I asked last week and no one really said anything, so I didn't really go over it. So yeah, second baseman that kind of pop out maybe. Devin Travis might be super cheap against Severino, but I can't trust him enough. Gleyber Torres could be there. He was struggling since coming off the DL, but lately he's been, like yesterday he came around. Let's see. It's not as popping out who we should be using as it was for first base. I mean, Starlin Castro against Tommy Milone, 2 for 5 with the double. Obviously hasn't seen him much. Yolmer Sanchez against Brad Keller's 1 for 5. He'd be super cheap, though. Mike Fulton David for 15 with a double. I didn't even know. Like, he hits him well. That's a 733 average. Joe Panic against Matt Harvey, 2 for 3 with a home run. Be quiet. Go back to sleep. Cano against Rich Hills, 5 for 12 with a double and a home run, fresh off being suspended. I don't know if his eligibility is going to move since he's supposed to be playing all over the infield. But yeah, so second base is not as big of a selection as first. So let's look at third base. Jed Lowry against Keuchels, 12 for 47 with 3 doubles. Now, I'm not sure exactly his eligibility on all the sites, but depending on where it's at, he might still be listed as third base. Let's see. Todd Frazier against Arrieta, 4 for 18 with 2 home runs. It's all right. I don't like it a lot. He could be super cheap, though. Matt Duffy seems to hit really good pitchers well. Against Price, he's 3 for 21 with a double. He should be super cheap. He'd probably only be a GPP option, though. Evan Longoria against Matt Harvey's 2 for 2. Nothing spectacular there. Is Matt Carpenter a third baseman or a first baseman on DraftKings, James? Without looking. Because I've got him listed here as a third baseman, but I don't know if it breaks down by position for each site. He's both. So Matt Carpenter, I mean, obviously we know what he's capable of as he's been ripping it up. So on FanDuel, he's a first baseman, but on DraftKings, he's both. Carpenter's 6 for 13 with 2 doubles. Beltre against Haney, 5 for 8 with a double and 2 home runs. So Beltre's good. And like I say, it's super hot in Texas. Beltre's could be in store for a great game. Machado against Ramirez, depending on what site. I know he's been playing, so Manny Machado still listed as only a shortstop on FanDuel. They really need to change positions, but whatever. Machado had 2 home runs last night. Depending on what site you can use him on, he's 7 for 28 with a double and 2 home runs. Absolutely love that. I mean, it's only a 250 batting average, but he's coming off a 2-homer game. He's in store for something. Could be. So looking at shortstops, I mean, you could be looking at well, I guess another third baseman we could be looking at is Jose Ramirez, absolutely murdering baseballs right now. Love him against Alex Cobb today. I would not be surprised if Ramirez hits another home run or 2 at all. But we're looking at shortstops now. Simeon against Keuchel, 8 for 32. I don't mind that at all. Let's see. I mean, Jose Reyes, if he even gets to play, but against Arrieta is 3 for 7 with a triple. Not saying much. Trey Turner's 3 for 11 with a home run against Wei Yin Chen. Dansby Swanson, super cheap. He has not faced Sensatello, though, at all. Brandon Crawford against Harvey's 2 for 7 with a double. Elvis Andrews 4 for 10 with a double and a home run. And super hot, Andrelton Simmons against Perez, 6 for 19 with a double and a home run. Is that about it for shortstops? Yes. So let's check out the outfielders. So, guys, if you have any questions, get them in the chat right now, and I'll answer them once I get done with this position. So just looking at outfielders in the Yankees, Blue Jays game, anyone for the Blue Jays pop out at me. Kevin Pillar's 5 for 16 with 2 home runs. Not only defensive wizard, but he can hit. Let's see. Just a heads up not to use. Chris Davis is 1 for 21, and that one hit is a home run against Dallas Keuchel. That is a .048. It is actually kind of funny, though. All of the Astros fans have pretty much shut up lately because they are slipping in the standings. It's kind of funny. Oh, we're going to repeat 2018, repeat, blah, blah, blah. And you just don't see that right now. Austin Jackson against Arrieta, 4 for 6. Not much. He might not even get the start. Bryce Harper against Wei Yin Chen, even though it's a lefty-on-lefty matchup, 7 for 23 with 2 doubles. It's a .304 batting average. Yeah. Starling Marte against Chatwood, 2 for 6 with a home run. Can steal bases too. Still not priced where he should be, I don't think. Depending on the side, I guess. Alex Gordon against Dylan Covey, 5 for 14 with 2 doubles and a home run. You could be looking at him. Carlos Gonzalez against Fulton Navich, 3 for 10 with a double and a home run. Blackman, 2 for 13, so not much going there. McCutcheon against Matt Harvey, 5 for 11 with a double and a home run. He is still way too cheap for who he is. Justin Upton against Martin Perez, 3 for 5 with a home run. Will Myers against Zach Godley. I think Will Myers is still on the DL, though, right? Is Will Myers on the DL still, or has he come off? No, Will Myers is off the DL. He's been off the DL? Okay, he's back. Will Myers against... But is he an outfielder, or what is he on FanDuel? It's just first base? No, he's outfielder. Will Myers, where was it at? 7 for 15 with a double, triple, and a home run against Zach Godley. That's not too bad at all. Looking at all of the Diamondbacks against Clayton Richard, AJ Pollock, 7 for 20 with 3 doubles and 2 home runs. It's crazy. He's super cheap because he's been hurt all the time. So yeah, looking at that, and it's pretty much so we can go over that. Oh, some questions. Yeah, Juan Soto's there too. I'm just hoping he doesn't win the Rookie of the Year, and I'm hoping Acuna wins it because I have Acuna in my season long. We get paid out for Rookie of the Years, but Soto could be there as well. I was just trying to go over all the bats that popped out with BVP first. So Juan Soto is a good option as well. So if you guys want to get a piece of paper and pen, I'm going to go over each position real quick, and the list of players at each position. So starting at catcher, to narrow it down, and this might help you guys out. We also have the cheat sheet, which you can find. I will link you to this. And people have been asking, and I know a couple people did. You can sign up on the website. We currently have 10 of the packages left of the MLB and NFL season. It's $99. Once those 10 are gone, it's gone. And then those 2 packages are gone. And the NFL season will go up to $225 or $199. That includes the season pass, subscriber only detailed slate breakdown, articles, NFL cheat sheets, and optimal lineups. Like I said in yesterday's video, we are doing the we're doing. Hold on a second. Hey, we are going over some new things. A cheat sheet, and I've got a guy working on it, and we're going to try it out for the first couple of weeks at NFL. If you guys like it, we'll continue with it, and I'll bring him on board. If not, then we'll figure out something else. So he hasn't worked on it yet, but once it's there, I've given him access to it, so hopefully it works out well for everybody. So real quick before we move on, if you guys noticed in yesterday's video, I had someone comment that my advice was spot on for Thursday. I did mention it's kind of a crappy day for cash, but GPP-wise was awesome. And he went ahead and he won himself $1,500, which was completely awesome. He gave me his story, just let me know what he did and showed me the lineup and sent me pictures of the lineup and everything. And the awesome thing that he did was he tipped me. He PayPal'd me just a tip for helping out. So any tips do help, especially trying to build this cheat sheet. If you guys have a successful day and you used our advice and you feel like you want to tip me, completely okay with me. It was awesome he did that. He did not have to do that. He ended up tipping me and purchasing the MLB NFL season package combined for $99. So it was a really cool day. Also, if you guys are here and watching this, down below in the chat, you can hit the super chat and send one, and you can tip $1 up to 500 if any. And we've had people tip before. I do give a lot of information out for free, but we do have a paid service as well. So anytime I do these videos, feel free to just go ahead and use the super chat, which would be awesome. I know it makes me know that you guys want to, for me to continue to do the live stuff and videos as well for a bunch of free stuff. What are you doing? All right. One of the dogs is here. So I'm going to go over each position real quick. Cody, we did not go over pitchers as like last week. The bats, we go over the bats on the weekends. The pitchers you can find in today's article, the ones that we like narrowed down. And that article is right here. That's today's article. So get a piece of paper, pen, notepad, whatever you guys have. For catcher, we've narrowed it down to Lucroy, Wieters, Salvador Perez, who's got a really good numbers, Buster Posey, who has really good numbers, and Robinson Chirinos. So does anyone need me to repeat those? These dogs are so loud. So loud. So Lucroy, Wieters, Perez, Posey, and Chirinos. If I were to look, I would look at Perez and Posey as cash and Chirinos as GPP. They've all got really good numbers against the pitcher they're going against. So looking at first base, looking at Matt Carpenter, depending on what site you're on, at DraftKings, you can do first or third. You got Matt Carpenter, Justin Smoke, Justin Bohr, Ryan Zimmerman, Mark Reynolds, Brandon Belt, Pujols, and Goldschmidt. So Carpenter, Smoke, Bohr, Zimmerman, Reynolds, Belt, Pujols, and Goldie for first base. Second base is really a wasteland, so you might be able to dig someone up and find something for cheap. It's Gleyber Torres, DJ LeMahieu, and Robinson Cano right now. There's not much going on second base. Compared to first base, second base is kind of a, without digging in real deep for research. Now, we'll have it on our cheat sheet. You can take our cheat sheet and you could look by position, or you can look at how we've gotten them projected. But yeah, with that, we've got the FanDuel, DraftKings, and Yahoo fantasy projections there, and you can look at by position there. That being said, with the NFL cheat sheet, I don't believe we'll have any fantasy football. We won't have any like projected fantasy points. It's just with football, it's super hard to do that. We're going to give you all of the information we possibly can. The cheat sheet's going to be chock full of a ton of stats. But the thing is, the stats are what you need as a DFS. I don't want to say noob, but as a DFS novice and not pro expert, it's all the stats you need to look at to build. It's not, I don't want you to look, I mean, we can give fantasy point projections for NBA, and we're pretty much dead on 5 to 10 fantasy points either side, because it's a little bit easier to project with basketball. Baseball's a little bit harder, and football's super hard because you never know what's going to happen. I'll answer those questions after we get through all of the positions. So third base is Jed Lowry, depending on what you can use him for. He's got good numbers against Keuchel, though, no matter what position. Todd Frazier, Carpenter, Matt Carpenter again, depending if you're on DraftKings. Beltre, Machado, depending on if you're on DraftKings. Machado's either third base or shortstop. And Jose Ramirez is absolutely on fire right now, but he's going to be super expensive. So Jed Lowry, Todd Frazier, Carpenter, Beltre, Machado, and Ramirez. Shortstop, Semien, Dansby Swanson, Andrews, and Simmons. So, again, Marcus Semien, Dansby Swanson, Elvis Andrews, and Eldrelton Simmons. And then outfield, we'll go with outfield here real quick. Kevin Pillar, Starling Marte, Alex Gordon, McCutchen, Upton, Myers, Pollock, and Juan Soto. And I'll go over that again in a second. It's Kevin Pillar, Starling Marte, Alex Gordon, Andrew McCutchen, Justin Upton, Will Myers, AJ Pollock, and Juan Soto. Best team to stack in GPP main slate. Main slate? Let's see what's on the main slate. Pretty much all the games. I know the Yankees game's an early game, and there's not much early games going on there, which is kind of weird. Usually, I mean, last Saturday, I believe they had a bunch of early games, didn't they? I feel like they did anyway. Main slate. So out of those games, the team to stack, if weather wasn't a concern, and Arizona against San Diego might be a good stack. here, buddy. Get up here. Come here. Come here. Say hi. Come here. Come here. Up. 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 Get up here. Not doing it. Harvey should be a gas can, yeah. Angels against Texas, I absolutely love for the main slate as a stack. I think the Giants versus Cincinnati is a good one. Arizona against San Diego is a really good one as well. Boston's Boston, but that's super expensive. If you want to save money, those other stacks are good. Boston's going to be a super expensive stack no matter which way you go. Washington bats versus the Marlins. Now, the thing is, Washington has been up and down. Wei and Chin has been able to dominate them, and he's had success in the past, but the Nationals are always super I don't want to say inconsistent, but the Nationals, they can have off days and they can have on days. Today feels like one of those days that's on. I don't know what you want. Come here. Come here. Up. Come here. Say hi. No, his breath is terrible. Rendon could be smashing as well. He's got two colored eyes. He's got one blue and one brown. He's like Scherzer. This is Max Scherzer's twin. Max Scherzer's twin. He have no idea what I'm saying. McCutcheon, Longoria, Posey's got really good numbers. Stack for early GPP. So what is early on FanDuel? What are the games? I imagine that. What do you want? In a minute. In a minute. Early only consists of Mets, Phillies, Baltimore, Cleveland, Houston, Oakland. So I would stack Indians right there. If you're stacking Indians, you are looking at Jose Ramirez. The guy's been absolutely on fire. Lindor has kind of been up and down lately. He hasn't really showed a ton lately. Marcus Semien. Yeah, it just depends. I do love the Indians offense, though. Go ahead. They are so inconsistent. We Nats fan notice of. I don't know what that means, but okay. Goldie, Pollock, Eduardo, Descalso. Depending on who's in there, I don't think any of the lineups are out yet, though. They could. Nah, they're not. No. Yeah, David Peralta would be a good one, but he was out yesterday with an illness. Probably out again today. Marcus Stroman with another blister issue and might be going on the DL. So stupid. Oh, yeah. Sorry. I'm so confused what you're saying. Other than that, we do have some pitching that you guys I linked over in the chat. That's in our article. Yeah, Eduardo lets a lot of people down. I'm not going to lie. Lets a lot of people down. And he's priced up all the time. He should not be priced up as much as he is. But yeah, guys, if anyone in here is in the season-long fantasy football draft that we're going to have, I would please check your email. I emailed you a link to our survey, and I need you guys to take it. The draft is obviously not going to be today because not everyone has voted. I sent this out Wednesday, and it's now Saturday. So the draft won't be today. It'll be another date that we need to figure it out, but I need to figure it out quick and get everyone's money. I did see a question I did miss. Let's see. Do you think Sean Reed Foley versus the 1 p.m. versus the Yankees is going to be worth it? I would not risk it. What happens is the nights I don't pick him, he smashes and go. Yeah, well, no. So, pitching wise, anyone that jumps out, I'll just go over real quick the pitchers I would take in the matchups. Severino in the Blue Jays-Yankees matchup I would take. Orioles at the Indians, I wouldn't take a pitcher there. Astros at the Athletics, honestly, as it's going. Trevor Cahill might be a good one. Both of them are good. Keuchel or Cahill, I think both would be good. The Astros are just reeling right now. Mets at the Phillies, DeGrom or Arrieta. DeGrom, but Arrieta has better numbers, but he hasn't faced as many. Cubs at the Pirates, I would not take a pitcher there. Marlins at the Nationals, would not take a pitcher there. Rockies at the Braves, I might look at Fulton Navich. He's 93 plate appearances, 280 batting average. I can't trust Sensatella. Tigers at the Twins, but wouldn't take either of them there. You could be looking at the Tigers offense as a contrarian GPP against Cole Stewart, who's given up 20 plate appearances, 389 batting average. You could look at the Tigers there. Royals at the White Sox, I'm not liking either of those pitchers. Giants at the Reds, Bumgarner, absolutely against Matt Harvey, not taking Matt Harvey. Rays at the Red Sox, you could be looking at David Price, but David Price is Jekyll and Hyde. You never know which one's going to show up. Brewers at the Cardinals, Wade Miley versus Miles Mikolas. Maybe Mikolas, but the Brewers are still a hot-hitting team. Angels at the Rangers, I'm not taking either of these pitchers because the weather is hot and humid. They're both. Haney's given up 415 batting average, where Perez is given a 315 batting average. There could be a ton of runs in this Angels-Rangers game tonight. D-backs at the Padres, Zach Godley versus Clayton Richard. Maybe look at Godley here. But then as I would be stacking the Diamondbacks. And the Dodgers at the Mariners, Rich Hill versus Erasmo Ramirez. I kind of like Ramirez here. I think a lot of people will be off of him. 49 plate appearances, 174 batting average against the Dodgers. People will be off of him. His ownership will be low. Rich Hill's very inconsistent. I sort of like Harvey in a GPP, maybe in the quick picks. Good luck. Demetrius, what about Showdown, New York Yankees stack? You never know who's going to show up. They've never faced Reed Foley before. I believe he's made one start, and that was this past week. I don't know the prices for the Showdown, and the lineups aren't out yet. It's very frustrating how Aaron Boone will not stick with one lineup. And honestly, if someone, let's say Greg Bird goes 4 for 5 with 4 home runs, he sits the next game. Even, and I know he doesn't do that, but he would sit the next game even against a righty. Depending on who's out there, we'll be looking at Aaron Hicks if he's in the lineup, which he should be, especially batting lefty. Neil Walker could be cheaper. Possibly Didi. I don't know the whole pricing for the Showdown. We don't play that. James Bumgarner for Sam. Yeah, against Cincinnati, I love Bumgarner. So does anyone have other questions? Because I know DirecTV has to come. Give me. Please give me any other questions. So the question has been, or the home run contest, once this video uploads straight to YouTube, go to the comment section there, comment who you think is going to hit a home run, what inning, and the time, put a timestamp of when you post that. And make sure you do it before the game starts. The contest, I think I'm going to be, and if the winner will get a free month of MLB, it's baseball. It's a baseball contest. You'll get baseball content. If you are a season-long, lifetime, or year subscriber already, then you're playing for fun. For the football contest, I'm thinking we're going to do, I don't know, maybe which quarterback throws. That's what I'm talking about, Jesse. Which quarterback, switch it up. I would be looking at maybe possibly which quarterback has the highest amount of points that week and guess whoever's closest. I don't know. It's kind of hard to think about football. I'm kind of mulling around some ideas. Not necessarily passer rating, because I just want to be able to look at real quick stats on like FanDuel or DraftKings and I haven't figured it out yet. I have not figured it out yet. I saw another question. What's your FanDuel name? Colton, I can't play on FanDuel or DraftKings. I'm now in a banned state, so all I can do is give advice. What I think separates me from others and what separates me from like roto grinders or anything, since I can't play, I give the advice that I would be using if I could play. I think what they do over there, they steer you guys in one direction and say, go with these guys, knowing that they have thousands of people to watch. And then they go a different direction. How'd I get? It's a banned state. The state just doesn't allow fantasy sports. It used to for a little bit. And then once they crack down, the state's one of the 8 states that don't allow fantasy sports. It's absolutely the dumbest thing ever. I'm an adult. I'm married. I own my own home. I think I should be able to spend my money how I want to spend it. But they decided that's not how we're going to do it. So I can't do it, which is awesome. So, boom, 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 bada, boom, boom. Yeah, I'm still trying to think. I think what I'll do is follow us on Twitter at FantasyAdvice22. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put out a poll of what the NFL contest should be. I'm going to run it for, I don't know, 7 days or something, so you guys are able to go over there and vote. I got to get ideas. I don't know right now. I've got about 2.5 weeks to go, so I'm trying to think about it. Yeah, I'm trying to think about it. So, also, this has come up, and I thought I try to get it in. So the internet, that's been a problem, and I know I'm back and forth, and I'm everywhere with my conversation, but I've been telling you sometimes I can't get videos out because my internet's running at 2 megabytes per second. Well, I'm getting 200 megabytes per second installed a week from Monday. So I should never have an internet problem again. And I'm also paying the same exact price for that as I would be for the 40 megabytes I'm supposedly supposed to get right now. So I'm super excited to get fast internet again. So I try to get videos out every day. I try to go live every weekend. I obviously can't go live every single weekend. Stuff happens. But anyone who subscribes, we do have a day pass, a month pass, or a day pass, a week pass, a month pass, and a season pass for all sports that we do, MLB, NFL, NBA. If anyone signs up for the month pass, it is an automatic renewal every month. It is your responsibility to cancel or email me before it automatically renews to cancel or discontinue for a month. We've had that. People want to take a month off and go on. It says it at the bottom of the sign-up page. There is no refund. I have refunded in the past, but I'm just letting you know, if you decide, we do a lot of free information, but if you decide you want to check us out, you can get a day pass to check us out. And then if we do okay, you can move to a different package. I will tell you right now, there is 10 packages left of the rest of the MLB season and the entire NFL DFS season for $99. Once those 10 are gone, that package is gone. It will jump up. And then the NFL season will be $199 for the entire season. So I'm letting you know now, if you've been on the fence for it, maybe you got paid this week and you want to do it, you can go ahead and do it. If you would rather PayPal me the money and then we can set your account up that way, email me. A lot of people have done that as well. For whatever reason, I don't know, but you can PayPal me the money and we'll get you set up that way. If you want to tip me, I've got Venmo and PayPal, or when we go live, there is a super chat. You can PayPal that way. Any little bit helps, guys. I do a lot of, I'm the only one running the site. So I do everything. I get up in the morning, I do the videos, the articles, the cheat sheets. Then in the afternoon, I get off work, I come home, we look at it, we do the optimal lineups, and it's just a repeat process. I do the next day's article that night, and it's just a process back and forth. And with being fantasy sports, it's literally all year round. So can we trust Severino? No. At this point, it's hard to. But the lucky thing is, I don't. He's had success. He's missing something. He's tipping his pitches. Or Monday Night Baseball. He's tipping his pitches just a little bit, and people are catching up on that. So if he can get rid of that and he can start going back, yes, we can. But it just depends on what you want to pay for. Luckily today he's in the early game that is only, I guess, on DraftKings in the showdown or FanDuel on the showdown. So depending on if you want to pay that, you can, but the prices are all skyrocketed for the showdown. It's the part of the season where I wouldn't. So any last minute questions? I know DirecTV is going to be here, supposedly going to be here anytime. And I want to get ready because they're updating stuff. Do you Lowry over Kipnis? Depending on which site, I think Kipnis might be a GPP pick, just because he's been super inconsistent. I would take Lowry over Kipnis. So if anyone watching decided, you wanted to sign up, try the day pass out, you can. I'll send you the link here. The cheat sheet is not out yet, Chris. Chris, are you already a subscriber? I'm going to be working on the cheat sheet real quick after this video. And with that, as I tell everyone, if you are a subscriber, you do get lineup. You get the cheat sheet and lineups. Don't just copy and paste the lineups. Mix and match. DailyRotoHelp.com is not a site where you buy lineups and paste them in FanDuel or DraftKings and that's it. If you want that, you can go over to Twitter and you can. I'm sure some of you have done it before, and I've heard a lot of people, they'll pay someone and then they don't get their lineups. If you have to DM someone for prices, that's shady to me. We've never done that. The prices are up on the site. You can see them. DM me, and then sometimes, it's $7 for GPP today. Why is your prices changing? It doesn't make any sense. Super shady stuff going over there. And I guarantee you they are not paying their taxes like that. Those are just donations. Here, it's a business. DailyRotoHelp.com is an LLC. I have to go. It's a business. I have to pay business taxes. Everything's recorded. When you do it that way, super sketch. I do not trust people. Those are the people that literally, DM me, we're on fire. Those are the people that you'll see on their Twitter. Every single day is a winner. Every single day is a winner on that. We hit fire again. Our lineups are fired. 47 days in a row we've cashed, and it's $1,000 here, $12,000 there. One, you never know. Two, I come out and tell you if we did bad. 2 nights ago, we absolutely passed. So last night, the lineups, it was bad. It was a bad night. I'm not going to lie. It was not as good. That's why I mix and match the lineups. The night before, we murdered it. That's where someone won $1,500, and he went ahead and he purchased the $99 package and even tipped me generously for helping him out. If you guys ever feel like you want to tip me, you can always email me, support@dailyrotohelp.com. I can give you my Venmo or PayPal. Those are always appreciated. The night before that, we murdered it as well. The night before that, we had I think it was like a 240 baseball score. Night before that was not good. I'm not going to lie. We do better more than we do worse, but nobody is cashing every single night consistently unless they're putting in more money. The people that you see win the $1 million, 9 times out of 10, they are multi-entry guys and they have thousands of dollars in each night. So daily fantasy is a grind. Daily fantasy is a grind. It's a slow grind, but it is worth it. Don't just chase those $1 million tournaments because you're not going to win it for the most part. Night before was good. My first night with you after winning a free month. Yeah. So don't just use the lineups all the time. I would say throw our lineups that you get in a tournament or a cash, and then kind of mix and match with them as well with your advice or your research and the cheat sheet. I do not like Rich Hill. I can't trust him. You might be able to throw him in a GPP and hope that the Mariners don't hit him really well, but I don't trust Rich Hill at all. So yeah, guys, any other questions, you can comment below. Once the video goes live, comment in the comment section, do your home run contest and comment in the comment section. I'll try to answer them. I've got DirecTV coming, and I'm trying to make my front lawn not look like crap. And my backyard is pretty much dirt because here's my advice to you. If you are in the market of looking for a house, don't buy brand new construction. Or if you do, make sure they sod the backyard and not just seed it where it'll die. It's terrible. It's absolutely terrible. But yeah, guys, that's all I've got for you. Any questions, please comment below once the video is uploaded to YouTube. Do your home run contest. Feel free to subscribe if you have not to YouTube. Make sure you hit that bell notification. That way, when the video goes live or when it's posted to YouTube, you can get in there and guess who you think's going to hit a home run first, because it's first come, first serve with your timestamp. So put who's going to hit a home run and what inning, and put a timestamp. First come, first serve. If 15 people have Jose Ramirez in the first inning, whoever has the timestamp in there first wins. I can see when things are edited, and I do get notifications straight on my phone when you guys comment, so don't lie. It's not worth it. The winner will get a free month of MLB content. If you already have up until the end of the season, you're playing for fun. We're not moving it to NFL. It's baseball only. That is all I've got for you guys today. Good luck. Spent damn near an hour with you. I thank you guys for checking us out. We try to go live every day. I'm going to try to go live tomorrow. I don't have any plans tonight, so I should be home and be able to go live for you in the morning. 8 a.m. Central, 9 a.m. will depend on what I have to do tomorrow. So that's what I've got, guys. Good luck. And as always, bring them that bacon, guys. Peace out. Have fun.